So this class is under record, so that's so. Oh, where's my browser? All right, so this is what we'll stop in that last class. Now, I hope you know this is not only applicable to number. If we say, for instance, we say, uh, um, I did my initialization to be a string, for instance. I said, this my initialization is breakthrough. Breakthrough, I don't know why I like using your name. Breakthrough. So how many breakthrough will I have here? I should be having, huh? So I should be having 9 breakthroughs. What's going on here? Initialization. Okay. So this place. To declare it outside. But this one is initialization, not actually variable. I'm having a big line. What's okay? I think the error. I have this is this. What is supposed to work now? For I in breakthrough. For initialization. This is correct. This is exactly what I have now. That was reading out numbers. Hope this is not connected to my internet too. Hi. Oh boy. So the problem, the code initialize one with the what? With a certain variable of breakthrough before entering the loop. This leads to an unintended behavior where the loop variable I is what is overrating, causing confusion and potential what errors. Possibly this is only allowed with while loop. But with while loop now I can pass in my statements here. If I say this is equals to breakthrough, for okay, what I will do is if high equals to breakthrough, do this echo high. Sorry, this thing, I have to get this thing working. Okay, so this is the proper syntax. Echo breakthrough. Now, if I yes, this is the proper syntax. This is proper syntax. Should be having
You have to write you did not echo breakthrough, you echoed I.
echo I for I is equals to 0 less than this. If I is equals to if I is equals to 5, okay, if I is equals to 5, echo breakthrough. Change the condition to what? To a numeric value. Echo breakthrough, but it's not still working now.
What? To show breakthrough 9 times.
Supposed to show breakthrough 4 times, 0 to 5.
That means the numeric value are working, but it's not putting in the string.
It's not looping it.
Are you supposed to loop string?
Yes, no. Repetition of a string. If this is equals to this, no wonder you were printing out the breakthrough. If I set this high, let me initialize high here to be 0. Is already not here now. So what's your problem? If I is equal to 5, echo breakthrough. So what I wanted to achieve, I wanted to have breakthrough 9 times. That's what I wanted to achieve. If $sign high is equals to 10, for this and this, let's just continue. Let's just continue. Figure all this one out later. So the next thing I will look at here is the other type of loop called, I've looked at the for loop. Let's look at the for each loop now. For each loop allow you to declare your variable, to declare your container. For example, if you have an array, let's say an array of what? Fruit. I have an array of fruits. Let's say this is banana, orange, mango. Then I have mango. Then I have what? Pear. So let's leave it there. So this is my container, or this is my array. Now I want to display this in vertical order. You know, if we say what do we use to declare array again, to print out array? Either you are using print arrow or what? var dump, right? If you say print arrow fruit, I believe you know that you get your fruit printed out. All right, you get them printed out. What about if you want this thing to be printed out in a vertical order? Then you can call in your what? Your for each what loop. So I'm going to break this. Echo. So I'm going to say you now use your word your for each. Now look at what for each is asking us to do. I thought they would give me the complete this thing, shortcut for each. All right, look at the syntax of for each. For each is saying that for your variable, okay, ask your key equals to what? Your value. For your variable, as your key equals to your value. Presently, what's our variable? Our variable is what? Fruit, right? So then the key is the index. All right, the index which is going to be banana, orange, and what? Mango. All right, then you equate it to your what? To your value. Now some people, I'll give you this syntax, then I'll give you another syntax. You say we have, this is fruits. So let me say the index is what? Let's say I'm using I as my index, equals to singular item, Abi, which is going to be fruit. Because index pick one after the other. No, you can't use, but I will show you a scenario whereby you can use everything at once. So the index equals to what? Fruit. So what am I echoing now? I cannot echo out, cannot pass in your echo. Echo, the first thing you should echo is your index, which is the $sign what? I. Then you have your dot. Then have space, then your dot, then your what? $sign fruit. $sign what? Fruits. The variable fruits. Fruit is what? UIT, Abi? No. There's an error here. This is supposed to be fruits. Singular. So if I echo this now, break. PHP Wala too much. I break this thing. Then if I run this, that's what I'm going to have. I'm having a syntax echo. Said the backend in line what? 39. Echo break. Okay, I didn't close this guy. So look at what we have. You can see I'm having words. Now this time around I pick the index, then I pick the item. The index of banana is what, 0, index of orange is 1, index of mango is what, is 2, just like that. Now there's another syntax, so let me bring in this syntax for you guys. So let's see, if you have something like this, you can say for each fruit, all right, as what, fruit. You don't need this guy. For each fruit as what, fruit. Are you getting it? So in this case now, you don't need this index. This is what most programmers use. You don't need this index, just call your fruit. You see, you are going to have it, but this time around, the index is not going to be part of it.
You will show that number.
No, you will show the number.
So it's better.
Sure you get. But this other one will show you, if I pass in something here, now let's say I pass in, I had a pawpaw. This is how to spell pawpaw. P-A-W. I had pawpaw, then I had watermelon. You see that it will pick it and add the index to it. So look at it, pawpaw, watermelon, 4, 5, but this one is adding it directly. So most program, you see them using this. All right. Okay, what do you need the index for? What is the essence of 1, 2, 3, 4? It is only the container that you want to what? You want to carry out. So what are you now doing with 1, 2, 3, 4? So is that okay? All right. Now that's about you can loop associative array. All right. You can loop associative array. You can loop. You can even loop a string, for example. But let's do associative array first. If I come here and I said echo, I had break. Sorry. I had break here. All right. Then we want to declare an associative array. Let's our associative array is what? Person abi. Hope you remember. Equals to your square brackets. They will say it has a key and a what? And a value. Let's say name. The name is equals to Raphael. Or let's say Raf. Then we have age. Age is equals to what? 20. Problem. Causing problem here. Open now, I'm causing problem here. Comma.
Okay, it has to come out.
Yes, sir. So this, let's say I have address. Address is 20.
Everything has to be inside colon, semicolon.
I don't understand.
Like the name.
I remove this age. I'm not supposed to remove age now. Supposed to has to do what?
The string has to be. It has to be. You have to write it like a string.
The key has to be written like a string, but the value, the value determine if it's the data type, if it's a string data type or is a number data type or a boolean. So that's why I pass in the age 20. I don't need to put this one inside string. So 20 Ayo, welcome, Ayomide Avenue. So this has to be in quotes. This has to be in quotes. All right, let's assume that this is my last. This is the last list I want to have. Then I want to use it for what? For each to what? To loop. I want to use it for each to what? To loop. Why is it giving me error here? Person. Who can tell why is it giving me error here? Because there is no dollar sign. All right, so now let's now use our for each, right? So we are going to say for each. All right, if you want to pass it this way, good and fine. So what's our array now? Our array is what? Person. As what? It must not be as person. No, I can say as what? P. Do you get? So the next thing will be my what? My statement. So what's the statement I'm going to echo what? P. Thank you very much. Dot break. The reason I want it to break to the next what line? So if you run this, your browser, you can see Raphael 20 Ayomide. So you can loop your associative what array. Associative array is what they call this thing in Python. They call it a dictionary in Python. For those of you that have knowledge of Python what programming. Is that understood? All right. So we are going to functions, another key terminology in programming. We are going to be looking at what? Functions. So we are going to create a new file. Should I allow you copy this code or I should continue? All right, so file function.php. This is very important. This is very important in programming, because Laravel framework. Laravel framework is a framework that is built with PHP. All right, and that particular framework, okay, is majorly built with functions and classes. Function classes. So your ability or if you understand function and classes very well, you can do Laravel. You can easily understand what the syntax of Laravel and what it stands. Okay, so now let's continue. Now, basically, if you are declaring a variable, is the same function is the same thing everywhere. So you use your function keyword. So you pass, JavaScript say you call your function, then your function name, then your bracket open and close, then you call your function. So that method is also applicable in PHP. Look at it. So the syntax of function is a function. Yeah, problem. Followed by your function what? Function what name. Bracket open and close. Your curly brace. Alright. So this place now you have your what? Your statements or what? Statements. Do you understand? Alright. So for you to trigger this your function now, you call what? Your function name. So what's my function name? My function name is what? Function name. Abi? Function name. Alright, you pass it like this. Are we good? So let's declare our first function now. Okay, so I hope I'm good. What I'll bring in here, I'll pass, this is just a syntax, sheet 1. So I'll have something like this. So here I'll have what? Function. So here we have to open our what? Alright. So now let's declare our first function. The first function I want to declare is a function that will greet. So you pass in your function, then your function name. So my function name is hello, bracket open and close. This guy here. Do you get it? Now let's say this one I want to say echo hello James. Hello James. Now you can see that this is a function I've declared in here. For this function to be active, to display itself, you have to call your function. So the function presently is what? Is hello. So that's the function what name. So let's open our browser and run our program. So you can see I have hello James. So look at the beauty of function. By the time I said, oh, like this, I do not need to what to come and be typing hello James. You see hello James will be what? Will be plenty. So you can break, you can break user to be on the next line. Alright, so you can break it to be on the next line. So you don't need to be changing and be looking at this one. So just recall all of them. Now we want to look at this. Please, is this understood? This is the base of function. This is the base of your function. Yes. Is this clear? So you can even write a full program with your function. You can come here and say, what's this? You can come here and say, declare your variable, Abby, and say, to add to number. You can say, dollar, I just want to chip in this, equals to 30. Num2 equals to 50. Dollar total equals to dollar num1 plus dollar num what? Num2. I have something like this here. So if I echo out this now, what's going to be my results? I should be having what? 8, not hello world again. I should be having 8. What's this? Echo total. No wonder it's empty. Echo total. So I should be having what? 80 printed out.
You have to write that hello at the end.
Huh?
You have to write that hello so it print out the answer, right?
And now this one now is the calling of your function that I have declared. All the logic is here. So I now call it here. So that's what.
So if you don't call it, it won't show.
No, it won't show, it won't work. So it won't be triggered out. So you must call your function for your function to result to appear on your browser. Alright, that is one. There's another way of writing that program to sum two number. If a function can have a return statement. Now remember, return statement is to break out of out of a function. For example, let me declare another function. This function is to what? I've done it there. Let's say products. So I pass in the variable I'm using. Let's say I'm using variable A and variable what? Variable B to multiply. I have something like this. Inside here, and I say, okay, return. What am I returning? A. Variable A. Asterisk. B product is times. Asterisk variable what? Variable B. Now I have something like this here. Okay. Now this is a function with a parameter. Okay, this is a function with a what? A parameter. A function with parameter. Now when a function is having a parameter, it's looking for you to feed in the parameter with what? With your arguments. For example, if I call this guy and I said products, I have something like this. I will have a big fat error. Do you know why we have a big fat error? So it's telling me that on caught argument, too few arguments to function products, 0 passed. I didn't pass anything. All right. Then line 23 and line what? Exactly expected. Exactly 2 what? Expected. So it's asking me to pass in something inside here. Let's say I want to pass in 60 times what? 6. 60 times 6 will give me what? 60 times 6 is 80.
No, sir, you have to comment out the one at the top.
Hmm?
The one at the top is more like this. You have to comment it out. The yellow.
No, no. If that one is showing, this one should show too now. Abi?
So you not echo anything.
No, no, no. I have to echo. Let me see what's going on. So I want two of them should show now.
Like,
I have. Oh. Wow. PHP is different from Python. So I think I need to echo. Okay. So now, when it's having a return statement like this, you can't call your function like this, just like your Python. So what you need to do, either you are using you have to echo it out. Hmm? You have to what? Echo it out. So echo product and give me this. So that's when I'm going to get the result of 360. I don't know if you understand. You know this one is a function without a parameter. Hello is a function without a parameter. That's why I called in what? Hello here. But if there is a parameter here, alright, it's not even that's not even the cause. The cause is because of this return statement. This guy here. I don't know if you understand. Because of this return statement. So when you're having a return statement, you can't just call your function like that, hello. Alright? You must pass in the word, the echo before you call your function. So let's give another instance so that we'll see that it's not because of this one. Let's say I replicate something like this. Let's say we duplicate something like this. I think I want it to come down here. Now you see that instead of return statement, okay, I can just say echo abi this guy times this guy abi. So what I will do here now, I can just call it direct. So I'll just call my words products. So I'll put the number. That will be what? Let's say 10 comma what? 5. So it's not because it is because of the return statement. Where is 0 coming from now? Okay. I'm going to have a big fat error.
maybe it's not possible to do it like that.
Cannot redeclare products previously declared. But that's not prod. That's not the issue there. Prod. Because I know I can do something like this in Python. So I can't declare function 2 times. Is that what these guys are telling me? So if I run this now, let's see. Okay, this is now. So you see now, it's not because of the return statements. Okay, so it's not because of this parameter inside here. It's because of the return statement. That's why it was not what it does not work. So whenever you are having a return statement inside your function, you cannot call the function like that. You must pass in what echo the word. You must echo the word the particular function. That's what that syntax is all about. Now the next thing we are going to do now, let's create a function to sum all the numbers using what a function that will sum all numbers. So we want to use our loop statement, okay? But what this thing is going to do, it's going to sum numbers from 1 to what? Whatever numbers that you have after you declare, you pass it in. So we are going to, let's do that. A function to sum, a function to sum numbers to sum numbers. Let's just say to sum numbers. So that now the first thing is I will declare my function. My function name is sum. Let me call this sum. I have something like this. Now, if I say I'm having something like this, what does it mean? What does this mean? Here a problem. What does it mean? Dot dot dot. What do I see that dot 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 mean again? So what that dot dot mean? I'm spreading it. Okay, so that's called what? The spread operator. So I want to spread the numbers to any number that the user will we enter in the program, but let the program capture what everything all together. All right. Now the next thing I'm going to do here, let's say I want to initialize my sum. My sum was initialized to what? To 0. Sum is initialized to 0. Then we now use the for each word loop. We now use our loop statement to loop across the number. So if I say for each sum or for each num as num, yeah, because the variable inside there is nums. For each nums as num. So we know this is a looping word. This is a looping syntax, isn't it? That's a looping word syntax. For each nums as num, if I say num, so I want to increment the number. So it's going to be the sum, which is going to be starting from the initial plus equals to what? My num. So it's moving from one to the other. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to echo or use a return statement. I'm going to use a return statement, return sum, yes. Now what am I trying to do here? I want to add numbers together in a particular block. All right. For example, you give a block of numbers of even numbers between 1 and 10. So you are not typing 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 to 10. And you want to sum them together. You want the computer to do that for you. Okay, so how do you carry out that kind of what program? How do you carry out that kind of a syntax? So our function is now is what the function name is sum. The function name is num. Inside the sum we have this our logic that we have here. So the best thing for me to do now, if I say I'll come outside my function, no problem. So I'll come outside my function. If I say echo, what am I echoing out? I'm echoing out what's there? Sum, Abby. I'm echoing out sum. Let's say I'm now passing number 2468. 2468 what? 10. Alright. If I run this program, let me break so that you see. If I run this program, it will give me the addition of all the numbers. That's 2 plus 4 plus whatever you have inside it. So the answer is what? Hey.
You did not break that product of 10, 5. You have to break that one first. But it's showing the answer is
I didn't break this, have you?
yes.
Echo.
It's showing the answer as 2.
But it can't be 2 now. What's this thing telling me? I have echo sum.
You said sum is equals to 0. Then for each number,
Mm-hmm.
num, sum plus num. That's 0 plus num.
Maybe
What
so.
is our num?
Num is the singular value now. Is this for each? That's a looping statement. So I'm expecting it to loop, add it, move to the next one, then add it, move to the next one. Let me figure it out, sure.
So in that for each, you have nums and you have num. It's true. Okay, wait, so nums as num.
And now, this is a loop now. Remember we did a loop here. Where is it?
It was not around where we did it.
We did loop here now. For each statement. For each person as person. For each fruit as fruit. So we are saying move from one level to the other. That's a looping syntax. I'm having a big fat error. And I pass in my spread operators.
I think the echo should be okay. Should be outside.
Return for each okay. For each okay. Alright. It was because of I followed the syntax of the for each loop. That's why. Now for each norms as norm, okay, do this one, increment it. Remember our sum, the first sum will be what? It's starting from what? 0, Abby?
Yes, so
The next one will be what? 2.
2 plus 4
The next one will be 4. So 0 plus 2
plus 4
plus 4
plus
plus 6 plus 8.
plus
That also give us what? 30.
so what was your
because of this guy here.
Okay. You already put out.
No, no, I was not supposed. This was what caused it. Even at that, okay, it cannot work because I'm still inside. So whatever you pass in here now, it will sum it for you. For example, I say 10.
You can't put two functions inside the function.
No, you can't. No, you can put. No, you can put a method inside a user-defined function. You know, for each is a method now.
Yes.
For each is a method. It's built in, so it's not actually user-defined. It's built in inside the program. So that's that about how to sum numbers in your in your list. There is another method that you can use, but I don't think it's called the arrow function. Arrow function will just give you straight result, but let's just leave that and move ahead. So summing, I think this is just everything about PHP function. So you can go to that manual again, and this time around, instead of all those things, array or loop, just type in what passing functions there to bring it out for you, so that you see other functions, because they are user-defined functions, they are built-in functions. So all of these ones that you have declared now, they are what user-defined. All right. The only built-in function here is the what this for each that I just used here. But every other thing there is we that define it. That's what we mean by user-defined what function. So the last thing we look at before we move to building a UI, looking at the UI, then see how we can add PHP to it, is the date method, the date function. Date is a built-in function. All right. Can I create? We have to create a new file. Let me drop this into your WhatsApp platform, so that I will continue. I'll drop it there so that we can continue. Dates. Date.php. All right. So now the date itself is a built-in function, in the sense that sometimes you want to display dates. Okay, you want to display date in your program. So peradventure, I want to display current dates, and the date is counting from when PHP was what discovered, when they started using PHP. This started in 1996 or so. So it has been, the programming language has been there for long. So what peradventure now, I want to print out the current date. I want to print out current date. So you echo, the method is what is built-in date. Is that not that I tab here? Dates. So now this is how it goes. It goes with what? The year. It goes with the year. This is just the syntax. The months, depending on what you want. the month. Then the next thing that should come is what? The day, Abby.
It's not what you should capital letter.
It's not compulsory to capital
What
letter.
about
It's not compulsory. So you have the day. Let me put it there so that it will not look as if. The month, the year, the month, the day. Then the next thing that we are going to pass in is what? The hour. Okay? You pass in your what? Your hour. Then your minutes. Then you have seconds. Is that my phone? Then you have your what? Your seconds. So let's see what this guy is going to produce for us.
So you send you send you send the function and
So if I run this one now, let me see what I'm going to have. So you see the date format. Today is 2nd. The month is what? October. The year is 24.
so to bring it automatically.
Yes, you bring it out. This is the time. But it says my system time is not correct. But this is it to 12 already.
10:35 a.m.
So, but this one is telling us 11:35 a.m. Eh? Is that? Probably is using foreign time. All right. So the next thing we are looking at is let's see how we can have different formats, in your words. Or let's assume that you want to print out yesterday date. You want to print out in your program. Make it launch your program. Now, probably you have an application now, and your application is having a date. You can just pass it something like this to show them the current date. So if you don't want this time to be there, you can just remove this guy. Is that okay? You can just remove the guy. You save it, then you refresh it. So this one will only give you the what, the day, and the what, the year. Today is 2nd. Today is 3rd, Abby. So it will give you the day and the what and the year. So now let's assume that I want to print out yesterday date, Abby. Yesterday date using my date method. Now if I want to print out yesterday date, I have to carry out the calculation. Alright, so you can still do your normal what, echo dates. You echo your date, then you come in with your what, the year, Abby, the month, what's this, the month, and the what, the day, the year, the month, and the what, and the day. Then remember, we have to print out our time, seconds. So what you do now, you have to if you want to calculate say previous date, 60 seconds make 1 minute, 60 minutes make 1 hour, 24 hours make 1 day. You have to do your conversion. right? That's these are the conversion of your what of your
Sir, sorry. That H is hour.
hour.
What is I?
Hour is a minute.
I is minute.
Yes.
Okay,
S
S
is
is seconds.
seconds. So I can have something like the time. I'm bringing my time method, so I'll do my logic. So wherever this is going to be minus, that will be 60 times what? 60. 60 times 60 times what? 24. That will be the conversion of this particular days that you have there. That will show me by this time yesterday. What was the time by this time yesterday? It will print it out for you. Let's assume I have to break this. So if I run this, I should be having the yesterday. Yesterday was
You're going to break after that first date.
I didn't break this guy. So yesterday is 1, all right? So he's just doing some analysis from today. So now, if you want to now do, you want to get day before yesterday, what do you do?
That is times
Huh?
times.
Times what? 48. Let's do what Breakthrough said though.
So how do you come about that times 60 times 60 times 24?
60 seconds make 1 minute, 60 minutes make 1 hour. So 60 times 60, 24 hours make 1 day.
Okay.
So 40 what? Say 48, are we?
Oh, okay. It should be 60, 60, 48. Okay, the hour.
So that was 38. So it's actually what? Correct. Okay. So let's continue.
So the seconds and minutes will be the same. It's just the hour will be changing. You want to show
And
the
now you are
difference.
look at it. It's going to be the same thing. Now you're looking at the same second, the same hour yesterday. So but the day will change now. You're looking at by this time yesterday, by this time day for yesterday. What was the time? All right. Let's look at how do we print out different formats. I don't want to bring in this one, Jerry. Let's see another format, which you have the FGY. Let's see the FGY format so that you see echo. All of these things are built in, though. You can go and read it in your PHP documentation. Echo F, F, G, Y. So I have H, I, S. So let's see what format this guy will give us. Okay, I didn't pass in dates here. Odogun don't print out and don't bring out for me like that. Odogun PHP. So you see, these are other formats. 52 weeks. This one is year now. I'm getting the year. I'm getting the 4.
F2, 24, 11.
Okay, that's the time now.
F2.
That's this other one 11:42. That's the time. Then I have 24. That's the
Yeah.
year. But what was F2?
What's F2?
F2, F2. Okay. So F2, F bring out the what? The month. F bring out what? The month.
Okay, F brings out the month.
Yeah,
That's
Monday.
capital letter.
Huh? That has to be capital letter. Monday, year. So F was month before. So
And
2 was.
is there a syntax to bring out, like, if you turn that J to capital letter, J, will you write Monday? Will you write today, like maybe Wednesday, or
If I turn,
that J to capital letter? Will it write like today? No, today is Wednesday. Will it write to Wednesday?
no, I'm not sure. So that's not the syntax. But
Start now with that one now to show.
let me see what year will bring out.
BUESTI
Year bring out the full year. If you want to do that one, you can just echo your dates. I think dates, echo dates. They should bring out everything now by itself. On cut argument, date, expect at least one argument given. Let's say I want to get the full month, are we?
Yes, sir.
Why? So this one, you make it capital letter.
Okay, that shows 2024 October Wednesday.
So you can see that PHP is sweet. Hmm?
It did not show maybe it is 2 or 5 or 5 or, you understand?
2 or 5 as in.
Like, you know that we can today can be 27 Wednesday, October 2024. It did not show it. It just wrote 2024 October Wednesday.
Okay, you didn't put in
Put a date, like the day.
day. I'm not sure they have that syntax. You can go to manual function date pass to PHP. So you see other function for date there. Okay, then I think that one should be timestamp. Let me see if I have, if it will work. So since I'm even tired. So if I come here and I said echo, this one will only print out time. Echo time. If I say echo time, this one is, you may not understand what this one is doing. No? This one is printing out the time when PHP was discovered, when they started PHP.
What kind of time is this?
Eh? That was a
27.
foreign time. That is not Nigerian time.
27, 86, 24.
So there are other things for date format. Probably you can go and learn about it. So that I'll continue with my class. Is it okay? Or we should continue with the dates? Because I have other things here to say. But basically, it's just for you to display date on your application. Either you are displaying current date or not. All right, let's continue. The first thing we're going to look at, let's see how we can use PHP to build a nested page, for example. Let's assume that you have about, you have contacts, you have a footer. The footer is the same thing, but the header is changing. All right, so let's see what we can do that. So we are going to create a folder here. I'm going to create a folder here. I'll call that folder, we are going to be looking at, let's call it includes. Please make it include, because include is a reserved word in PHP. Let's call it includes. So in this includes folder, we want to have different items. We want to have, let's say I want to have something like the index page. A folder, not a file. So I'm going to be inside this folder. Inside this folder, you'll be having two files. Let's say I'm having something like the index file. We said the first file is what? The index.php file. Okay. Am I correct? So let me close all of this. What's this?
The include is going to be under the backend. So if you should close the backend, it will close everything together.
You say?
The include is going to be under the backend. So
Yes.
put under the include, will be under the include.
No, I want to put this file inside this includes.
Don't put the array inside the include.
I'm putting this file. I want to create a file now. The file is called index.php. All right, I'm going to create another file again, still inside this include. I'm going to call it about.what? About.php. So we're having two files now. The home page, you can add another one if you like, probably the contact, what you normally do in your HTML.php. So the next one you should be having is services or services.php. All right, now we have how many files? Let me close all of these guys. We have 4 files. We have the index file. We have the what? We have the about file, the contact file, and the service file. What are we trying to do? We want to see an instance whereby you don't need to be writing your code repeatedly again and again because you are building a website. You are now doing footer. You are copying footer everywhere. Okay, so instead of copying footer everywhere, just include it. Create a file, include the footer if you want to have footer, and include the word, the header if you want to add for header. So that's the syntax that we are actually looking at. Is that okay? All right. So generate your HTML boilerplate, create your header and the footer HTML elements, create about HTML, then move header PHP and footer PHP in partial folder, create variable company words, company name, which can be what your company words name. Okay, so for this index of PHP, let's assume that I have my boilerplate here. I have, this is home.
For the services, right?
Hmm?
Services.php.
These services.
Yes.
Home.
That should be index. Index is the home, right?
Let me just cut this one out. Index is the home. All right, home. So let's now bring our PHP inside here. PHP. So what am I trying? What will I do here now? This guy, I want to have the name of the company on top. Let's say the name of the company name is wrapped in a variable. The company name is New Horizons. New Horizons. New Horizons. How did you spell this name again? That's the company name. So I pass it inside a variable. All right. Now every other thing can come in. Let's say you have your you can do your, do I need to be doing all of these things? You can, let's say the body, I think let's do something that makes sense. Abby? Let's create a page that makes sense. Or can I copy something and bring it here? I hope you guys will not mind. Yeah, the code, I'm even tired of coding like this. Let me do for a short code. We did something yesterday in that class. But you guys will know what I mean, what I'm trying to do. Now, yeah, I think it's this one. All right, so if I come here and I copy this, hope nobody will slap me here. Copy like this. I don't want to do, I hope header is not there. I'll remove the header. Let's say I copy something like this. I come here. I drop, copy header, I drop this guy here. I'm having problems somewhere.
All those divs, you need to write it in PHP, right?
Is that?
Those divs, are you going to change it to PHP style?
No. I'm coming. This one now, this one is a style, so it's not supposed to be inside PHP.
You can't write style inside PHP.
No. You only style in HTML. Alright, so then the next thing that I should be looking out here, I'm writing this thing inside HTML. I just don't put it over here now. What one is this display whatever is in, it should be up now. Part of the style. Which of the style is that one? It's part of this guy. So this one should move along with it. I hope I'm not confusing anybody. Eh? Okay. Part of the style. I have the UL. I'll have problem here too. think this PHP comes here now. So, so let's create another file called header. This thing now, this represents header. But let's see what we are doing first. Let me see how it's looking out in the browser. Or you want me to start it from scratch for myself, Abby? I'm just trying to copy previous code. I'm tired of typing code. All right, you see this is what we have presently. This is what we have presently. The image is not showing because we have to create a folder here. Let's create a folder, another folder inside here. Let's call that folder images. So you see how they build their website, that you see them, all of them, everything is synchronized. So I'll copy this guy here. So I'll take it inside. I'll take it inside here. So you see this is the include file. Then I'll drop this guy here. So I believe you know that the path will change now. The path to that image will change. So I should have include Abby. Includes. Includes slash.
It's going to show it.
Move first step, second step, so I can pass independence here now. I don't want this other one to appear, I just only want one. I notice that there are two of them coming up. This one now. So let's say I have something like this here. Yeah. All right. The part is not still gotten yet. You see this is the header, Abby? This is the header. Image, this guy parts. Should I go 3 times? It's not saying it. Includes slash images. Then let me go 1. Independence. Now because it's PNG, I didn't add it to it. Independence is how they spell it. This is it here, Abby. Independence of PNG. What is your problem? All right. So now you see that this is the head, Abby. This is the head. This is the head. This is the body. Okay. So what I want to remove now, what they used to form the head came from this side. I think the head starts from here. This is what the head was used to form. About, contacts. Then this one also. So if I cut from here, I can cut out from here to this side. I'll cut it out. So if you try to check this now, you see that it will not have a head again. The head is out, isn't it? Then I'm creating a folder here. I'll create another folder here. I'll call it partial. Please, are we getting the directory? Forget about those ones here now. We'll be looking at this include. I'll create another folder here. I'll call it partials. So what are the partials? It's inside images. It's not inside image, I want to put. Inside include. I want it to be inside include. Partials. So in these partials, I'll create a file called header, header.what? PHP. Okay, so now what do I need to get in my header.php? Let's see the skeleton first. And I don't want this thing to even appear safe. Maybe the syntax is already here now. This index of PHP. I have this structure here already. So I have my body here. So it's not compulsory I pass that here. I can just come into the header and I pass in call header.php. I drop these guys here. Alright. Now, what do we see? This is what? This is my header file, right? There's something here again that I need to remove. This anchor. Now this guy here, this is also part of the header. Alright, I have something like this is the footer.php. Then I want to display this footer, this header, sorry, on this my index. Okay, I don't want to be writing this thing continuously. I'll just include it. You know, it's inside. This is the index file. Where is the index file? Okay, so I'll just pass in a PHP include there. Hope there is no PHP. There's PHP code here already, have you? That's what's holding this. That's the title. And this title now should come up. Let me place this one first. On the head side. Where's the head now? On the header side, sorry. This one starts here. This marquee. Okay, it can come here. So I'll just say PHP the next one should be what? PHP close. So I will now put in what? Include. There is a method called include in PHP. What's this? Yeah, I'll just.
Is it going to be like, like when we are creating components in React?
Mm,
Is it going to be like that?
no, no,
Like we have to export it from.
no, 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 no. This one you just include direct.
Just include.
Yes.
You're not exporting it from the.
You're not exporting anything. So you are just going to call your include method. What am I including here? I want to include the header. So like I said, include is a reserved word. That's why you notice I didn't use it before. Include include partials. So I think I'll go to partial straight, right? I went into partials. The file is inside partials. I hope that's the spelling of the partials. The file is inside partials / what? Then the footer, the header is inside this guy too. Header dot what? PHP. So when you run this now, include. Why is this not giving me? Okay. Let me see. So what do you observe? I brought the header file from what? From the header into the what? The index. Using this what? Include what? The include keyword in what? In PHP. So meaning I do not need to be, let's assume that I have another file. Okay, let's assume that I have let's create something for our footer. Let me have something for the footer there.
So now that you close that, it does not affect.
Which one?
Include
I close it here.
yes.
So it's not, you just brought it now. You know it's PHP. You know this is PHP. So if I did not close it, it will affect my HTML. I'm in HTML environment. So you see all those code as PHP, which is not PHP. This is where PHP stops. So that's why I close it here. So that's the HTML will still remain its own syntax. Do you get it? So now let's quickly go and do something for footer. So go back to the partial. This is the footer, Abby. Well, I only have a head, Abby. So let me create a file here. So let's call it footer dot what? PHP. Alright, so let's just do something on the footer. I want to have a footer that have a div. I'm having a div. Now this footer is having 3123. Is it okay? Div hope I never overshoot my time here, because I know say you people will not even say anything. Then let's say this one, I'm bringing that image, that picture. I want it to be in my footer image. So I think this guy should show me part now, because include. I'm not sure part.
No, it's in PHP environment.
So I think I should go to what? Include first, Abby.
Yes.
Yeah, includes.
include slash images slash independence dot page.
All right, let's give height of this. Yeah, styling this. Sorry, oh. So you see, say when people they write program, many code, and it's not easy. And someone will not be pricing 50,000. So people when they deserve slap.
Sir, no code of 50,000.
Ever you are smiling at me? Seriously, it's a serious slap. Those people that don't even know anything, come and be telling somebody waiting no make sense. How can you be building website for 50,000? Are you hungry? Then background. Let's say I have a background color. Background color. Let's say black, Abby.
Yes, sir.
RGB will not work here. But this one, eh? Background. This one now.
How do you mean I not work?
It can work, but you have to type it.
No, black.
RGB 0, 0, 0. The black that I want.
That's black.
That should be black. So let me see what this guy is going to produce for me first. So how do I bring this into my index file now? I'll go to my index. I'll go to this ending part.
This is after the PHP.
After the PHP now. If you want to put it inside that PHP file, you'll still be fine because PHP is PHP. But you can see create another PHP there and see pass it in. So include partials, Abby.
It has to be inside a folder first.
Hmm?
It has to be inside a folder.
Yes, if that's the proper structure, if it may not be inside a folder. You can just create your footer.php, but for proper alignment so that you know where your file is and how you want to get access to them. Partials slash what?
Slash
Footer,
footer.php.
footer.php. Let me just see how this guy will look like first. Okay, so the height is still not making sense. Where is the height? Okay, 50 pixels.
Okay, because you know that
Pixels, yes, 50 pixels.
and you know if you not style the image, hope it won't be too big.
The image is not appearing yet now. I still need to figure out why that one is not appearing. Okay. Let me see, 100 pixels.
Okay, you did not spell include well. You wrote include
I don't want, if you come outside, problem. All right, so I also want to add some features here. Margin of.
so I use semicolon here, I meant to use.
You said?
I meant to use semicolon.
And you end every line with semicolon. That's CSS syntax now. That's CSS syntax. I think the body is having a default margin of 0. So now the next thing I'm going to have, this one says it's not coming away, Abby. Let's say it includes. The email is not still coming out. Includes slash images slash independence. This is correct.
Let's put one step like
Okay.
is it one step or two step?
Let me even put margin top. Margin top of 18 pixels. Okay, 2 steps. So this one will be too big now. So I will reduce it. We said what is important here is the what. Hope we know we don't. It's not encouraged to be styling like this, though. Just because of. I just want to achieve something.
Can we use
Huh? TypeScript. Yes, this is TypeScript. TypeScript is inline styling.
It's better than CSS.
Huh?
Is it better than CSS?
TypeScript is CSS.
No, like
It's a CSS framework.
Yeah. No, you know, normally for CSS we do it. We separate file.
Mm-hmm.
But TypeScript is inline.
See, CSS has inline, CSS has external, CSS has internal.
Okay.
The inline is the TypeScript. So, but I think if you install it, it will put some package here, tell you that TypeScript, they will not be calling inside your file. And that one is also sweet, Abby. You tried it before?
I was seeing it.
It's also sweet, but if you understand this CSS very well, it is those ones will be a work. There will be a walkover for you because it will make your life easy. So I want to give the width. The width should be the width to be 300 pixels. Pixels, 200 pixels. 300 pixels is okay now. So this one should, the height should be 300 pixels. Alright, so we have something like this as our footer. You know, something is here, something is here. You can come in here and add something like not supposed to be doing all of these things, but let me just pass in Abby. So we'll go down now. So we convert this on to Bridge. What should I do now? It's coming down. What should I do to put it inside?
What's that about?
Let me make it display of flex. So display it will come inside now. It's inside. Said? No, it's not position. Position is.
It's going to be inside a div.
It's inside a div already. Let me bring in a column gap.
Like,
This is how to spell column, Abby.
yes, sir. Like
Column.
the div and that image div should be inside one general div.
Yeah, that's what it is now. This is inside here.
So the image div is like you're meant to generalize into one div. So you know your display flex needs to be separated. Like one div is meant to hold this and this together.
This one now is holding this one.
Yeah, this one is this one.
Okay, what's this one now? This one now is holding this one. This one is holding this one. This is the last one now.
This one does not have an opening at the top.
Which one?
Like this last div now. Go scroll to the top.
This one is holding this one. This one is holding this one.
Yes. This one is holding this one.
This one is holding this one. See the opening of this one now.
Okay. It does not need to have a class.
No, that's the line CSS I'm doing now. Is it because of the color? Why is it not showing? This one is holding this one, Abby. This one is holding this one. It's like this one don't have the close. Where is this one now coming from? This is for this. This is for this. This is for this. This is okay, but I don't know why it's not. Alright, you know what I'll do? It's there, but it's not showing. I'll just bring out the color out. Where is this guy here now? So I'll style it. Color. The color is white. So you can see that it was showing before, but it's because of the color is, this color is overwriting it. So I want to have an empty something in the container here. Div. So yeah, I want to have more right objects. Yes. So let's tie this. I'm not supposed to be doing all of this, so I hope I'm not wasting your time. Let's tie this. A width of 300 pieces. Okay. But hope you remember what I'm doing. You are remembering everything, Abby. I want to space this one to this side. Make it something like, if I say 200, you go. Two hundred is too much. Here, 2000. Why is it not bringing? It's like this write up is much. So let me leave it here. Let's assume this is my, you see this is my header, Abi? This is my footer, this is my header. Now, let's assume that I want to do about page. Hello? I want to do about page. I want my about page to be different. So if you click it right now, it's not leading you to anywhere. So what I just want for this about page is just only this history. You just only need this history. So I'll go back to my file that I have here. I think I have about.php here.
Yes.
I'll go back here. So what I will need to do here is I'll just bring in my syntax here. I'll bring in my syntax here. Then I have my words about. So what I will use to hold this now, is let me pass it inside paragraph. Right, I only want this guy to be here. Then what am I including? I'm including the head. I'm also including the words, the footer. So I'll just come here. You have to open your PHP. So if peradventure you don't want to do PHP, you can just close it. It's still the same thing. So just call your include. Sorry, what's wrong with me now? So the file is what? Partials / what? Header. Header.php. So, but let's first of all see why if this one is working. So the thing I need to do now, on this header region, I should be able to what? Call. Now it's not going to be called home now. It's going to be called index.php, not HTML, because the file is PHP. So this one is going to be what? About dot what php. So if I save this, you can see now just editing here now is okay for both files. So if you click on this, it will reload this place. If you click on this, all right, so it will load this one, but you notice that your footer was not what showing. No, I've not linked the header. The header is not showing, sorry. I think that's what I did. But why is it not showing? Let's see what's going on here. Include partials. I wrote partial. So you run it, it's not still working. What's going on? Include partial header.php. I need to go back now. Include partials, parotis, header.php. Is it because I don't have PHP here? But this is not compulsory now. It's not compulsory. Maybe because of the extension that I installed. So that one is showing now. So let's, if I want to attach the header, sorry, the footer, I just come under here. I just come here and say PHP include partials footer.php. So the footer is going to come up. So you see now that you don't need, click on this, you have your work, click on this, you have your work. The footer and the header, they are both coming. So you see now, notice now that you write your code once, you write your footer, you write your header, then you just need to be what, including them in other words, other file. Is that understood? Now there are other syntax for include, so we need to check that. We need to check. I think I said I didn't pass in. So you can go and do contact services by yourself if you have that time. Let's go back here. Now, instead of using the include, I want to show you another method you can use. There's another method called require. One is called require, the other guy is called required once. So there are three of them, the way of including file in PHP: include, require what once. It's not showing yet. So let's see the difference between these syntax. Let's assume I go back to my index. I go back to my index file. I did not use include. I said require. Now, if you say include, okay, and the file is not available, what do you think will happen? You have a big fat word error. The entire program will crash. Now, see what happened now. I want to show you some differences now. When I say include, the file was not available. Okay, you notice the error flag on top, but code after this thing still would appear. Do you get? Now, let's now use the other guy. This other guy that is called what? Require. 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 Spare your require. So require. Now when I pass a require here, you see that I don't have problem because the file is what? The file is available. What if, hope this thing is not using my internet. Okay.
So it doesn't work with internet.
No, it's not okay. Now I'm checking if my internet is not the one connected to my system. Because I need it for something. You see now that it's working well, right? Situation whereby the file is not available and you say require. The entire page is gone. Just line 25 that you have here. Right? Because of this line 25. Now, it's not that these other places are not okay. Do you get it? These other ones are not okay. But because this file, this require, so it requires this file for the page to work. Do you get it? That's the required method. Now, there is another method called required once. That means if it has been required, okay, if it has been loaded before, all right, and you remove it, or probably the file is no longer there, required once, it will still work. So let's look at that syntax. Take this guy back. Require once. Hope this is the syntax of the require once. All right, require what? Once. Tab. Require once. This is syntax now. Okay. Now, require once, I require this file. My program is working fine. All right. Because the file is what? Is accessible, is available. But what about in a situation whereby this file is not available? This file is not available. So, warning, required once, okay? Fail to open string permission denied in line 25. Fatal error, uncut error, fail to open required word partial include this thing. Adobe backend. So what people normally use is, especially if you build a function, all right, you build a function with your PHP and you want that function to be required for the page to load or for the page to work. Either you use required once or you use your words require. Is that okay? So please, it's not only include that we have. So the advantage of include is even if it's not there, it will still what? Just show the error on top, but your program will still be what? Your page will still be what? Working. Are we okay? So I'm going to end this class here. I'm going to give you guys an assignment. I'm going to drop this file for you. So you are going to create, you can see I have something here for my contact and for my what? Home. So you're going to work on about, gallery, services, contact, services, gallery. Please let image should be here, services. Please make your service to look nice. Then your contacts. Make your contact, use a form here, but you know the footer and the header will remain what? The same. Is that okay? All right, I'm going to drop all the file. If I zip it, you guys should know how to unzip now, right? I will zip it and send it to your WhatsApp platform. Then you go and unzip it. I want the exact design. You don't want to be doing. I want the exact design of my home, then my about. So it's only these contacts that you are doing your own on The only thing that will change is the body, but the footer and the what, the header remain what the same. Just be doing your whatever logic here. Is that understood? So please get that done and bring it next class. So uh, let me drop this file for you guys. Which of the picture? You want to change it? No, for my landing page. For my own landing page. You can use Nigeria because the concept is Nigeria independence. You can still use Nigeria, but make sure it's depicting Nigeria. Use another picture, but ensure it's depicting Nigeria.
It's not compulsory now.
Yeah?
It's not compulsory.
That's
It's not compulsory to change the picture.
to
To change the picture.
no.
But the gallery, you have to have like
That my
pictures.
yes.
Like soldier marching or something.
Um, so huh? The what? Full form. So the form what I'm make the form final. The form just have your name, full name, address, email, abi, no address, full name, email, message, then send. But make sure it's fine. Then possibly you can even have Google Map somewhere. Just do something creative. You guys are Odogu now. You have gone a long way. It has been a long way coming. So let's see backend. So I'm zipping this guy. Includes, abi. Please, I need to all right, can we call it a day? Let's sign out. I want to get out by today, okay? I'm not sure I brought that by. Okay, I think I need to stop this thing.